And welcome to my annual How to Grow Long Hair Fast video. And the reason I say it's the annual one is because I've made 2 of them in the past, and it seems as though I made them pretty much a year apart, and I thought just might as well carry on the tradition and just keep my How to Grow Long Hair Fast video updated. So my first tip comes from when I learned to stop heat styling my hair as much, because I used to straighten my hair every day, or I guess every other day, because I would straighten my hair and then the next day I would, wear my hair straight, and then the day after that would be when I washed it and then I straightened it again. So I guess every other day I would straighten it. But that was still a lot of heat styling, and I believe that straightening is one of the worst ways you can heat style, because blow drying, yes, that is heat styling and that is damaging, but not nearly as much as straightening your hair. So I did the worst to my hair, and I did that for about, I think, 2 years, year and a half, 2 years. And after I stopped doing that, I just kept my hair natural for a year. I think I probably straightened it for special occasions, like a couple times during the year, but for the most part, I never styled my hair, and that genuinely helped it recover. And so that's why I would say that my first tip would be avoid heat styling your hair as much as possible, or if you do plan on heat styling your hair, protect it. What I use right now when I heat style my hair is this Silk Elements Mega Silk Olive Heat Protectant Spray. And not only does it protect from heat styling your hair, but it also helps with frizz. So yeah, if you are serious about growing out your hair and helping it recover, I would suggest to avoid heat styling as much as possible and keep your hair as natural as possible. And also, when I would heat style my hair every day and damage it pretty much every day, I would get a lot of split ends and my hair was very crunchy and gross. So what I started doing was going for a trim every 3 months. Now every 3 months it does seem rather frequent, but now looking back at it, I think a better way would probably be every 4 months, so it's 3 times a year if your hair is really bad. And I wouldn't go by the time, like, oh, it's been 4 months, I gotta go get my hair trimmed. I would go by how your hair feels. If you see that your hair is full of split ends, and also if you touch it and it's really crunchy and it just feels unhealthy, then go to the hair salon and get it trimmed. Get those split ends off, because the longer that they stay, the more they're gonna split. And if there's only ½ an inch of split ends and you wait and you never cut it off, it's going to split more and more, and eventually you're going to have to cut more off. So once you feel that your hair is crunchy and unhealthy, right now I am due for a haircut, but that's because my hair is crazy long right now. But in terms of split ends, my hair is rather soft, quite honestly. And I haven't gotten a haircut in like 6 months. So if you're that way, if you feel that your hair is healthy at the ends and it doesn't have that many split ends, then just disregard this tip of getting a trim every couple months, because that's for people who have a lot of split ends and have unhealthy hair. You definitely need to trim that off. Tip number 3 is to wash your hair every other day. Now, of course, everybody will not be able to do this. Some people have drier scalps than others, and others produce more oil in their scalp. And those who produce more oil in their scalp don't need to do this, because they already have that oil and their hair already gets that nourishment from their scalp. But if you have a normal to dry scalp, I would suggest that you wash your hair every other day. That way your hair has time to actually absorb the oils that your scalp produces, and it'll be all nourished and happy. In addition to that, if you do have dry hair, I would suggest that you get shampoo that is deep moisture. I don't really think it matters what brand it is, but honestly my favorite one is Hask Hair, and my favorite shampoo from them is the Argan oil, and I just love all their Argan oil products because that is the one that helps with frizz, and I have really frizzy hair. Right now you can't tell because, again, I used a anti-frizz product of theirs. And that leads on to my next tip. In addition to using moisture-enriched shampoo and conditioner, if you do have really, really dry hair, like I once did, my hair was not this shiny before at all. I started using the Hair Argan Oil Healing Shine. And I know it's a little bottle, but just a little bit goes a long way. You just dab on just a tiny bit on your fingers and you brush it through your hair, and that's all it takes, because if you use too much oil then your hair will look greasy, and this is more of a treatment as opposed to just product. So use a little bit each day and your hair follicles will absorb the oil and hold in the moisture. All these tips do not happen overnight, so just remember that it will take time. Another thing that I've heard a lot about was taking prenatal vitamins. I know that sounds weird, especially for people who are not pregnant taking prenatal vitamins. However, the prenatal vitamins have obviously a lot of vitamins in them, a lot of essential nutrients that your body needs, and some of those nutrients include those that make your skin, nails, and hair healthy, and that's why it's often suggested that people take prenatal vitamins to help with their hair growth. Another tip that I would say works really well is keeping yourself healthy, and one of those things is drinking a lot of water. Keeping yourself hydrated will also keep your hair hydrated and also give you many other benefits as well. It's really important to stay hydrated. My last tip would be to avoid dyeing your hair fairly often, especially bleaching it. If you have dark hair like me and you want to bleach it, so you could either have bleach blonde hair or you have to bleach it in order to achieve like this bright pink or blue, realize that they don't really show the immense amount of damage that you do to your hair, and that's why people who dye their hair a lot end up cutting it really short after a while, because your hair can only take so much, especially bleaching. What bleaching does is it strips away your hair color. It literally strips away your hair follicles in order for the color to disintegrate. So your hair is going to be really thin, really brittle, really coarse, and sure, it's going to be a cool, unnatural color, but at what cost? Now, of course, there are people who dye it frequently and take care of it, but do realize that it does take a lot of money to maintain, because not only are you going to have to keep re-dyeing it because the color eventually fades, or your roots grow out and what have you. So you're going to have to be constantly damaging it. But if you do have the means to continue going to the salon and paying for treatments, then it is doable. But if you don't have probably hundreds of dollars to spend every couple months just on your hair, then I would suggest just to avoid dyeing your hair, at least until you grow your hair out to the length that you want. And then you could probably go ahead and experiment with different colors, and if worst comes to worst, you could just cut off a few inches of that damaged hair and then go back to helping your hair recover with the previous tips I told you. On that end note, I want to ask you, should I dye my hair? I have been wanting a change for very long, and I do have a lot of hair to spare, so if I do dye it and it comes out really damaged, then, obviously I have like a good 5 inches to spare and I'll still have long hair. I was thinking of getting ombre hair, like, what's that? It's like balayage, or I don't know what that word is, but it's kind of like highlights up here that go into ombre, so it's not just like brown, blonde. Let me know what you think. I think that my hair is healthy enough to stand some bleaching. I think that my natural hair color is really nice, and I love that it's healthy and all. But it's summertime and I am itching for a change. But I also don't know if I would look good with ombre hair, so let me know what you think. And of course, if I do go through with getting ombre hair, I will definitely take you along on my journey, on my salon trip, on my thoughts of how healthy my hair is, on keeping my hair healthy after I dye it, and all that stuff. But I'm a little scared because I have really dark hair and I want to go blonde, and that's probably one of the worst things that you could possibly do, because again, that involves bleaching, and I've never bleached my hair before. I have dyed my hair before once. Last year I dyed it red, but I made the mistake of dyeing my entire hair red, and although I loved being a redhead, my natural hair grew too quickly and I had to keep dyeing it, and I did not like that. I want my natural roots, and then it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, then super light. So it's not just dark hair and then blonde. It's dark hair, lighter brown, and then slightly dirty blonde and then blonde at the very end. And I feel like there's a lot of room to work with, and I really hope it'll look cool. But again, I want to know what you guys think. And that is it for this video. I just wanted to keep it short because I actually don't have a camera right now. I'm filming with my iPhone. If you do want some more tips, I will go ahead and link the other 2 videos in the description box below. Thank you for watching my 3rd annual How to Grow Long Hair Fast video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and click that red subscribe button if you have not already, so I can see you next time. Bye!